Anyone can sell electronics. At Electronics Expo, they do more than sell products. They design, install, and support complete technology solutions. From home theaters and whole home audio to lighting, shades, automation, networking, security cameras, and premium entertainment systems. For over 22 years, they've helped thousands of homeowners experience technology at its very best. See the difference for yourself. Visit their Wayne or Paramus stores in New Jersey or shop now at electronicsexpo.com.
Well, he was the best. He still is the best. He'll always be the best, whether it's at this time on Thursdays with me, Mondays with Katz and Cosby, or, of course, every morning at about 7:30 on this radio station. He's got his own amazing website, BillO'Reilly.com. Great interviews, great stories. It's just great television every day. Great writer, all those Killing series books, and the book on the presidents confronting evil. His brand new book is coming out again, like most years, around Danielle's birthday, late September. Does all that great stuff on News Nation with Chris Cuomo, and has his own amazing podcast. Do it live. Bill O'Reilly. Nice to see, Bill, that you're slowing down here in your later years.
Yeah, and I didn't get any sleep last night. Ready?
Yes.
Listen to this. So I'm out on eastern Long Island, right?
Yeah.
And about 200 yards from my house, there's a SWAT team of cops with all the lights going on. I said, whoa, what's going on? You know what it was?
What?
A turtle crossing.
Stop
and we're
it.
not talking about happy together.
Come on.
We're talking about real turtle.
Come on.
No. And they must have had, the cops outnumbered the turtles like 30 to 1.
Oh, come on.
So the turtles, they have to shut down the road.
Come on.
To get the turtles from one side of the road to the other.
Wow.
And, you know, the turtles are having the time of their life. Look at all this. This is great. Anybody got a bagel?
That's great, though. It goes to show you how safe it is out there that requires police and not a dead body in the street like we get here in the by boroughs, you know. So.
Yeah, I mean, the turtles are harmless. There's a few of them on parole, but not many.
Talking about homeless and on parole, the guy that just won the primary in Maine could easily be both. You know, he kept going on and on about what he won yesterday. Well, he won nothing. He won the primary, yes, but he made it sound like he already beat Susan Collins. He was losing. He was losing to Susan Collins. And by the way, that's why the Democrats turned on him. It had nothing to do with rape. They did the same thing with Eric Swalwell. It wasn't until he could have cost them the gubernatorial they decided to turn against him. These Democrats have proven time and time again they don't care about women. Sonny Hostin is on The View yesterday saying, I still vote for this guy. Nothing to do with rape. When it became clear he probably was not going to beat Susan Collins, all of a sudden the Democrats went berserk and they kicked him out. Not us. The hell was he talking about?
I don't know what he's talking about. I never listened to him one iota. The guy plies oysters out of the bay. I mean, I'm sorry. This isn't John Adams, okay?
He does.
And then he's got a Nazi tattoo. Now, if you have a Nazi tattoo for 16 years, you're a psycho.
Yes.
Let me make it real clear, okay? You're not disturbed. You're not misled. You are a psycho.
Yes.
So everybody knows that. But what is interesting about the Democratic Party now is they're desperate. So they'll probably lose the Senate seat in Maine, which they thought they had.
Yeah.
All right. And Maine has changed so much. I don't know why. I'm going to have to go up there and figure it out. Nice state, but they're loons now.
They're crazy up
this
there.
This guy was not qualified.
No.
He was not going to do anybody any good at all. And so why are you nominating and voting for him? And then you get silence. But the media is another thing. So the media, they don't know what to do either. They're backing the Democrats, of course. But they don't know how to contextualize any of this. So what you get is, well, Trump's a racist, a rapist. That's what you get. That's their primary sign-on, sign-off, CNN, MS, all the others.
Which, by the way, I want to remind people is not true. My dear friend Joseph Tacopina represented Trump in that E. Jean Carroll, and it cost George Stephanopoulos $15 million when that moron called him a rapist. He's not a rapist.
Right. And anybody stepping back and looking at the case knows this was a civil suit. It was politically motivated. I mean, when the Attorney General of the state says, hey, if you vote for me, I'm going to get this guy. All right? Do you need any more than that? So anyway, but as you know, the mantra is, oh, you can't criticize the guy in Maine because the president is a rapist.
Yeah, right. Sure he is. No, the president's a lot of things. I know. I see. The president is a lot of things. He ain't a rapist. He, for the most part, is a great guy and a great president. But I've been doing this a lot the last couple of weeks. Iran, he's confused the hell out of me. Turkey, he's confused the hell out of me. The way he treats Mamdani, he's confusing the hell out of me. I know I'm supposed to buy trust the man, trust the plan, which I've done for the most part of 10 years, and I still do. At the end of the day, let me make it very, very clear. I love him. I think he's the best president. I don't want anybody else in that seat. But at the very least, Bill O'Reilly, at the very least, he's got me asking a lot of questions lately. A lot.
Well, I don't trust any politicians, number one. But I have a unique access to President Trump, who's never lied to me, ever, in 35 years. So I ask him a question, I get an answer. And that's the value that I bring to journalism, because I can tell the nation, here's why he's doing what he's doing. Here's why. Now, you take it or leave it. So in this case with Iran, the miscalculation was we will be able to kill their leadership, which happened, and then the Persians will rise up and we'll have a civilized nation. Did not happen.
Well, it can't happen. They're not armed. These people were murdered in the streets, and it did not happen.
But if you read Confronting Evil, I dealt with the Shah's overthrow.
Yeah.
And that's when the mullahs came in.
Right. It's different now.
You can do a general strike.
It's different
where
now.
Nobody works. Nobody comes out of the house.
Right.
You can do a lot of things without arms.
Yeah.
Okay. But there didn't seem to me the drive for freedom inside Iran. Some people paid their ultimate price. They were murdered. And that was the message. The mullahs, you get out of line, we find out, we're going to kill you. And that's a pretty big inhibitor. Okay. But it was part of the war scenario. It did not work. So then the president says, okay, we pivot. And the pivot is we're going to try to make a deal. And Trump is very confident, as you know, in his deal-making abilities. And the deal is we'll give you enough money to start to develop your private industry and feed your people if you just knock it off in Hormuz and let the weapons inspectors go in once a month and monitor what you're doing. Okay? And the Iranians won't take the deal. They won't do it. So now there's only one scenario left, only one. You have to downgrade the nation so it cannot function. And that's what is underway.
That has been, and I'm not a genius, okay, but I've been very adamant about this for 3 months. That has been the only option for 3 months, okay? Again, Midnight Hammer, tremendous. We basically wiped out their ability to make that dust with those centrifuges into nuclear war. Okay, so Midnight Hammer, amazing. Even day one, that Saturday morning, Operation Epic Fury, very good. We have spent the last couple of months stuck, no matter what President Trump says. We're not winning anything, and that has been our only option, Bill O'Reilly, because I've only said it 100 times for the last 3 months. That's it.
Well, now, because the Iranians fired on the 3 ships, so Trump has gone to hyper plan B. We are going to downgrade the nation. We're going to blow up their infrastructure. And you see the pictures, you say. But what's interesting about a couple of things. Number one, Europe is a little cowed now. So you saw that in Turkey.
Yeah.
Trump has the press conference by himself. Most of the leaders in Europe making nice to him. You know, Spain suddenly says, oh, yeah, we'll pay our dues now. Okay. So they realize that Trump's got 2.5 more years in office. They're cozying up to him. They're not opposing what he's doing in Iran. There's very little NATO opposition to that. But here in America, you got a lot of it. And that's the Democratic Party that senses the affordability issue is going to override knocking out the most dangerous people on the planet. And I say that because they are aggressively trying to get a nuclear weapon. And there's no other reason than to cause destruction.
Yeah.
There's no other reason.
But they admit it. They flat out said it.
Absolutely. They
yeah.
admit. And now, when I was on Cuomo a couple of weeks ago, he wouldn't admit, oh, they don't have the nukes. What? And then the mullah comes out and goes, yeah, we have them.
Yeah, we got it.
We need them because Israel's going to attack us or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
It's the same old thing. But the Democratic Party is never going to cede anything to Trump, anything, ever, okay? Whether it's Maine, whether anything. And now they're affordability, okay? They believe that's going to override any other issue because people are having trouble paying their bills.
Right, but the Republicans are smart. They could make that backfire on the Democrats and say, hey, yeah, we're with you. Affordability, you're right. Oh, by the way, who caused the affordability crisis? Oh, you guys. Oh, that's right. Remember when Joe Biden was president, inflation was 12%, interest rates were going up 0.5 point every couple of weeks, eggs were $10. You guys caused it. We're with you. It's all about affordability. You guys put us here. How about that?
Yeah, but Americans don't respond to history like that or analysis like that. They go, how much do I have to spend when I'm going into the grocery store?
That's true. You're right. You're right.
Okay, so you're not looking at, a PhD political science class here. You're looking at pure emotion.
Yeah, it's true.
So I shook everybody up in social media and the News Nation last night when I said, affordability is an interesting word. Whose fault is it that you, the American citizen, don't have $1,000 in the bank to pay for a catastrophe? Whose fault is that? And there's silence. I said, do you want the government to assure your income? Is that what you're asking? Because that's what the communists want. All right, you're not going to get much, but they'll assure it. I said, I've been working since I'm 10 years old. Since I'm bleeding 10 years old, shoveling snow, this and that. My father, one of the few times I ever listened to him, he goes, every dime you have in your pocket, you save 10% of that. You put it in a bank. And then when you get older, you're going to invest it, which I did. And sometimes it was painful, because I wasn't making a lot of money. But then I would work another job. I was a bouncer at the rec bar, while I was teaching high school. All right, and I knew I wasn't making enough money. I knew that. So I looked for ways to make more money. And that's the beauty of America, is there are plenty of ways. There's free community colleges. There are free tech centers that'll train you. What do you have to do? And so I'm putting the onus of the affordability problem on the individual American. If you're not smart enough to figure out you have no money, then we understand why you have no money. All right? I worked at Carvel. And today you can make a pile of dough driving an Uber.
Yep.
All right? So there's a responsibility if the economics is overwhelming you, and I would say that's about 25, maybe 30% of America. They say they're worried, but overwhelming, that's where you are. Make more money.
Yeah. Yeah, but then what you're asking Americans to do, and we're bad at this, is be accountable for your own lack of success. It's so much easier to blame the white man or the Jews or Trump.
Victimization, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's not our fault, that I'm a black guy and the whites are keeping me down and Trump hates me and I'm a gay guy. And I mean, it's tiring. I do want to ask you this on the way out. This has been brilliant as always. Somebody was telling me this week, Sid, you spend a lot of time talking about communism and Mamdani and the DSA, and you do realize that makes up a very, very small percentage of the Democrat Party, that most Democrats, the overwhelming amount of Democrats, are not crazy like that. They may not be moderate, but they're not crazy like that. I say, wait a second. I don't care what the number is. They're taking over. And they have plans. If you just heard Laura Loomer, she's 1,000% right. Call it crazy as much as you want. She's 1,000% right. So I don't care about the numbers necessarily right now, Bill, because to me, they are the future. What about you?
All of the dictatorial regimes in the last 100 years did not have popular support. So that's again, in confronting evil. So the Nazis topped out at about 42%. That's why Hitler dissolved the entire government and made every political party inside Germany illegal except for National Socialism, because he knew he wasn't going to get the mandate of the people. Mao just killed you. Are you communists? No, kill them. Stalin did the same thing. Fidel basically put you in a gulag. All right? So there has never been a popular wave of communism or even socialism. Never. But the history, the lack of understanding, and you don't need the folks anymore when you have George Soros, who's already pumped more than $100 million into the midterms already. And this guy Singham in Shanghai working with the Beijing government, pumping even more money into our system, and a compliant media that enables this. Just last night, Cuomo goes, "Oh, Mamdani's not a communist."
What?
I went, hello?
What?
He's trying to control the methods of production.
Everything.
In New York City.
Everything. What did he call him?
That's what he wants to do.
What
And
did
he's
he
telling me what
did he call him, Chris?
I'm looking at him, and Cuomo believes in his heart that Mamdani is not a communist.
He's a moron.
Why?
Yeah, he's a moron.
Because he wants to believe that.
Yeah, he's a moron. That's why.
Well, I would never do that. I don't think Chris Cuomo's a moron.
I think he's a moron.
But he doesn't want to believe that Mamdani is a communist, even though Mamdani, every move the man has made since the election, all right, has been to control the means of production in New York City, whether it be rent, whether it be food, whether it be transportation, whether it be you can't have a pied-à-terre, you got to pay this, you got every blanket move. We, City Hall, want to control the means of production. And that's communism.
100%. There's nothing to argue. I'm sorry. You can't deny it because you don't want to believe it. You're a journalist. You're on TV. Well, you're a moron. You're on TV. All right? You got a responsibility to be smarter than that. And you just laid out.
Look, Newsom and Pritzker and all of these governors, Hochul you can throw, but Hochul doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know where she is half the time, okay? But you can put them in, they don't care.
True.
They want to win.
True.
And if they have to peddle affordability, what are you going to do in Illinois? Are you giving everybody a check so they can go into the grocery store and get what they want? Is that what you're doing? You have no money.
Nope. Ay, what a mess. Bill O'Reilly, this was a spectacular conversation as always. This is why you're the best of all time. I love you. Thank you so much. We'll do it again next week. Excellent job, Bill. Thank you.
All right, and the turtles say hello.
Yeah, be careful. Watch out for those turtles there in Montauk. Bill O'Reilly, amazing job. We love you, Bill O'Reilly.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?